Imagine a reality where time isn't just a ticking clock marking the passage of moments, but a gateway to infinite possibilities. Picture a world where the past, present, and future are all interwoven, constantly influencing one another. This is the realm of four-dimensional thinking, where our conventional understanding of time as a strict, linear progression gives way to something far more fluid and dynamic. Time becomes not just a backdrop, but an active participant in shaping reality. While the concept of dimensions is rooted in science, specifically in Einstein's theory of relativity, it also deeply resonates with spiritual teachings across cultures, where higher realms and the interconnectedness of the universe are central ideas. By understanding how these scientific and spiritual principles intersect, we can begin to grasp a new way of thinking that can transform not only our understanding of the universe but also how we live our day-to-day lives. Four-dimensional thinking allows us to transcend limitations, opening up new perspectives on reality, time, and existence itself. We live in a three-dimensional world where everything around us can be described in terms of length, width, and height. These are the dimensions we use to navigate physical space, whether it's measuring how tall we are, the size of a room, or the distance between 2 points. But Einstein's theory of relativity revolutionized this understanding by introducing time as the fourth dimension. Time, rather than being a separate entity, is inextricably linked with space to form what is now known as spacetime. This concept fundamentally altered how we perceive reality. Instead of imagining time as an independent, linear path, it now exists in a continuum with space, where the two are interdependent. Einstein famously stated that time and space are modes of thought, not conditions of living. This means they are tools we use to make sense of the world, but they don't govern reality in the rigid way we might assume. Understanding this allows us to see that the passage of time is not absolute but relative, dependent on the observer's position and state. This concept not only changes how we view the universe physically but opens doors to new ways of thinking about our personal experience of time, shattering the illusion that our lives are bound by a rigid sequence of events. While Einstein's theory gives us a scientific framework for understanding dimensions, the concept of higher dimensions is far from new. Spiritual traditions across the world have long believed in realms beyond what our five senses can perceive. These higher dimensions are seen as planes of existence where the physical and spiritual worlds intersect. In Hinduism, for instance, the ancient scriptures speak of a multi-layered universe made up of various realms or lokas, each corresponding to different levels of spiritual awareness. Practices such as meditation and devotion are tools to elevate one's consciousness and ascend through these higher realms, transcending the limitations of the material world. Similarly, in Buddhism, reaching higher dimensions of consciousness is associated with breaking free from the cycles of birth, death, and rebirth, samsara, and achieving enlightenment or nirvana. Indigenous cultures also have rich traditions centered around the idea of higher dimensions. For example, in many Native American cultures, the concept of the upper world is seen as a realm inhabited by spirits and ancestors, accessible through rituals such as vision quests or shamanic journeys. These practices are ways to connect with higher states of consciousness and gain insight into both personal and universal truths. Even modern spiritual movements, often categorized under the New Age umbrella, explore the idea of higher dimensions. In this context, higher dimensions are thought of as vibrational frequencies that can be accessed through practices like energy healing, crystal work, or even lucid dreaming. These perspectives offer us an expanded view of reality, suggesting that what we experience in the physical world is just one aspect of a much larger, multidimensional existence. At the core of many spiritual traditions is the belief that everything in the universe is interconnected, that every being, object, and event is part of a larger, intricate web of life. This idea of interconnectedness can be understood in the same way that Einstein's theory of relativity connects space and time into a single entity, spacetime. Just as the curvature of space-time creates gravity, binding planets and stars, the interconnectedness of all life creates a spiritual gravity that binds us to one another and to the world around us. This concept of unity isn't just metaphorical. It's a fundamental truth that permeates both the physical and spiritual realms. Indigenous cultures, such as those of the Americas, have long held the belief that all living things are connected in a sacred relationship. Every tree, every animal, even the earth itself is seen as alive with its own consciousness. This worldview fosters a deep sense of respect and responsibility toward nature and all forms of life. In modern spirituality, the concept of interconnectedness extends into the realms of energy and consciousness. Practices like meditation and mindfulness help us break down the illusion of separateness, allowing us to experience the oneness that underlies all existence. By embracing this awareness, we begin to cultivate empathy and compassion not only for other humans but for all living creatures, recognizing that we are all part of the same cosmic dance. Although time is an integral part of our physical reality, many spiritual teachings emphasize the existence of timelessness, a state where the linear progression of past, present, and future merges into one. In this timeless realm, often associated with higher dimensions of consciousness, time as we know it ceases to exist. This concept offers profound implications for how we view our lives. Spiritual traditions often teach that while our bodies are subject to the constraints of time, our souls are eternal. This belief in timelessness reassures us that our true essence, whether you call it the soul, spirit, or consciousness, transcends the physical world. In moments of deep meditation or spiritual insight, some practitioners report experiences of time dissolving, where they feel connected to a state of pure being. These moments are glimpses of the timeless dimension that spiritual traditions speak of. The belief in a timeless, eternal essence offers solace in the face of life's uncertainties and struggles. It reminds us that while the material world is transient, we are part of something far greater and more enduring. Embracing this idea can provide a sense of peace, helping us navigate the ups and downs of life with a greater sense of purpose and understanding. To truly understand and experience four-dimensional thinking, the journey must begin within. Spirituality invites us to embark on an inner pilgrimage, a journey of self-discovery that transcends the physical and mental limitations of our everyday lives. The inner journey is about expanding our consciousness and tapping into the deeper truths of existence. Practices like meditation, mindfulness, and breathwork are powerful tools that can help facilitate this process. These practices quiet the mind, allowing us to connect with the stillness and wisdom within. Meditation, in particular, has been practiced for centuries as a way to access higher states of consciousness. By turning inward and focusing on the breath, we can begin to detach from the constant flow of thoughts and tap into a deeper awareness. Over time, this practice helps us cultivate a sense of inner peace and clarity, allowing us to better understand our place in the universe. Mindfulness, on the other hand, brings this awareness into our everyday lives. By being fully present in each moment, whether we're eating, walking, or interacting with others, we can develop a greater sense of connection to the world around us. The inner journey is not a one-time event, but a lifelong process of growth and transformation. As we continue to explore our inner world, we begin to understand that the mysteries of the outer universe are reflected within us. By embracing this inner journey, we open ourselves up to new insights and experiences that can reshape our understanding of reality. Thinking in four dimensions challenges us to reshape our perception of reality, encouraging us to see the interconnectedness of all things and recognize the timeless nature of our true selves. As we explore these concepts, we learn that our spiritual journey is not about escaping the physical world, but about integrating the lessons of the higher dimensions into our everyday lives. Growth and transformation take time, but with patience and persistence, we can begin to align ourselves with the deeper truths of existence. I encourage you to reflect on how these ideas have impacted your perspective. Have you noticed any changes in how you experience time or interconnectedness? Your journey is unique, and by sharing your stories and insights, you may inspire others on their path. If this video resonates with you, consider joining our community, where we delve deeper into these topics and support each other in our spiritual journeys. Together, we can continue exploring the vast and infinite dimensions of existence, one step at a time.